Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I got an article here from Azov Regiment or Battalion, and there are some numbers that are, put forth by the Ukrainians regarding how many casualties the Russians had in Mariupol and Azovstal plant attacks. So we have here article from the Ukrainska Pravda from May 13th, 2022, and this is the title. Azov Regiment talks about Russian losses in Mariupol minus 6,000 Russians. So Azov Regiment talks about Russian losses. I think Azov Regiment is the one, it is the Azov Battalion that's trapped in the catacombs of the Azovstal steel plant, if I remember correctly. Okay, so we have here, it says that the garrison of Mariupol has killed about 6,000 Russian military personnel, including one general. The source is Deputy Commander of the Azov Regiment, Captain Sviatoslav Palamar, during the Kiev Security Forum, Hromadske. Details, 78 tanks and more than 100 armored vehicles have also been destroyed. It is noted that the enemy had advantage in terms of the number of people and weapons. Their forces in Mariupol consisted of about 14,000 people, including military company, militants from the Wagner group. And this is what this gentleman said, and I'm quoting, "Our garrison managed to destroy about 6,000 units of the enemy force and also killed one general. This is about 78 tanks. This is more than 100 armored vehicles. This is confirmed. There is still, of course, a lot of unconfirmed data that we will not rely on." So we have here a little thing that Azov Regiment / fighters, despite the significant predominance of enemy forces and a lack of ammunition, continues to knock out the enemy from captured positions on the territory of Azovstal plant of Mariupol. The Russian occupiers refused to agree to extraction of the defenders of Mariupol by sea to a neutral country. I wouldn't agree with that either. I'm sorry. I want to know who exactly is over there. So, and not only that. So this gentleman, this leader of Azov Battalion / regiment nowadays, because they, go with that. Maybe it's a regiment. If they go by military sizes and denominations. I don't know the number of the people. So from a battalion being a regiment, you know what I mean? I don't know. But nevertheless, I'm trying always to make a connection between this regiment and the battalion as the kind of fighters are involved there, if you know what I mean. Because the Azov Battalion was, accused of having all kind of people in it and kind of ideology and so on, and that Azov Battalion was integrated into the Ukrainian National Guard, which is part of the Ukrainian army. So they became officially combatants, military of Ukraine. Anyway, so this is one thing. I wonder how this gentleman, the commander from Azovstal steel plant, who we are informed that he fights out of his catacombs underneath, like moles. They fight the Russians who bomb them, who try to go use infantry to get them out and all that. How would he know? I mean, it means the fight somehow is outside and it's face to face. You see them, you don't see. How does he know that 6,000, for instance, Russian fighters were eliminated? You can say, well, I confirm it. Okay, I confirm it, but it's still a little bit strange that these guys are fighting outside the plant, outside. I'm talking about outside of the catacombs. Then go inside, go outside, go inside, and the Russians are not doing that, but bombing them. And I don't know how he would have this kind of information in the basement over there. Now, if that information could be provided to him, because he still has communication channels open with Kiev, but then why is not Kiev informing him about the Russian losses? He is the one informing Kiev. How does he know? He is a person trapped in the basement of Azovstal, fighting for his life and his compatriots and fellow fighters, and he tells the other guys how many they killed. It's a little bit strange. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and why do I say it's strange? Is because the mass media, the corporate mass media tells us every day how desperate they are over there, how surrounded, how in underneath their conditions and so on. And now we find out that these guys actually possibly are just fighting outside. It's I don't know. I don't exactly how the fight is conducted over there. Are they outside on the positions, locked with the other guys, see one another? Because when you say that I killed 6,000, you have to have each person who killed someone say, I killed another one. Let me mark my my wooden stock of the automatic weapon. Make a little dent over there. It's one, right? How would you know? I mean, you can say, oh, there's some guys over there. I don't know how many there are. I don't see. How do you know? Now, this guy in the basement, to somehow have connections that the Russians are not aware of with some informants in the Russian side. And even if the Russian side, would they be able to, who would know, okay, I think we lost this is a statistic, what are we doing? And they intercept that information discussed among Russian leaders or generals or whomever is in control over there. And how would he know Kadyrov, or whatever his name is, the leader of the Chechen fighters? Do you think those guys have the same kind of strategic and how should I put it, regimented, documented, how many? It's a little bit, I think this is the wild guess, in my opinion. And we will find out after all this thing is done, maybe in about 2 years or so, or whatever time, how many people approximately died. And you can find it out because you can find from the records of the Russian army how many went over there, how many did not come back. You can make this kind of and then the same thing with the Ukrainians. But during a war, as I always said, both sides are lying, are exaggerating, minimizing, depending on how convenient it is for each side. So I'm pretty sure people died over there. There's no doubt about that. But the amount and how this guy collected the data, that's very strange to me. But it's not impossible. But I'm saying the probabilities, the mathematical probabilities are slim, small, not impossible. So nevertheless, these guys keep fighting. Good for them. They according to them, they follow orders from Kiev not to surrender. So, okay, I don't see any extraction to a third country occurring with these guys ever, unless after they get seen by the Russians and all that, you know what I mean? Then probably you come over here, talk to you, you make these statements, write them down, sign, videotape, and then you can go, maybe. But I'm assuming there's more than I'm certain it's much more in there than we know, because we can't know everything. So this is very important kind of people that are in the Azovstal catacombs, and I am very curious, and I know that other people are very curious as well, maybe more so. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.